We should show a Spotify chart here. We have breaking news. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Spotify plans to raise the price of its premium plan in the United States by $1 to now $10.99 per month. This news is just breaking at the moment, and the stock had been down. First it was up, then it was down, and now it is popping up because what does that mean? That means when you have a subscriber-based type of business model and you raise your prices and people like the product, they're going to pay it, and you can see the stock is responding positively right now. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Speaking of responding positively, Bitcoin is up 19% since June 15th. That's when BlackRock filed an application for a spot Bitcoin ETF. The Securities and Exchange Commission must make its decision to approve or reject BlackRock's and 6 other Bitcoin ETF applications within 45 days. Now, if the SEC approves this ETF, and there's no guarantee it will, but if it does, crypto firm NYDIG says it could unleash $30 billion in new demand for the token. Demand that startup Lolli, the company we've been covering here for a couple of years now, is trying to capture. Similar to sites like Rakuten, Lolli lets users shop with more than 25,000 brands, and in return, users receive cashback rewards in the form of slices of Bitcoin. Co-founder and CEO Alex Adelman joins me now in a Fox Business exclusive. How eager are you to find out about a spot Bitcoin ETF?
This is great news for Bitcoin and the whole industry as a whole.
And what do you think the odds are? Because many before BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, have been rejected.
They have. I think BlackRock, they are the largest manager of assets by far. And Fidelity, I believe, has tried to file. I think Fidelity is the 3rd largest. And so now both of them have filed together for a proposal. And so now we have 6 proposals in market right now. 2 of the 3 largest asset managers in the world have filed. So I think I'm feeling pretty good. I heard recently that BlackRock has only had 1 proposal rejected.
That's true.
And so it would be very rare for them to see a rejection here. Yeah. And I think that they're excited. I think we've seen what Fink has been talking about on your show about how excited he is, how he's calling Bitcoin an international asset, how he's excited about the tokenization of finance, and we've never heard that sentiment from him.
What would it mean for your company, which is like a rewards company? I mean, there are many of these out there. Honey, as we said, Rakuten, You Promise. But you return, if people want it, their rewards in these bits of Bitcoin. So what would it mean to your company?
More demand from users and from merchants. So we have a 2-sided market. We have merchants, over 1,000 merchants at 47+ thousand locations all across the U.S. where people can earn in-store and online. And so we would have more merchants coming into our business, giving people the ability to earn in more places and more Bitcoin and cashback.
When we first had you on a couple of years ago, you had a couple of hundred partners. How many do you have today?
We have well over 1,000, and we've since launched in-store. I think when we last talked, we were online only. Now people can actually go into their store, swipe their card, and earn Bitcoin rewards and cashback rewards as well.
Okay, so let's just play out here. Let's say among your partners, you've got StubHub, Ulta, Groupon, Marriott, Macy's. Let's say I walk into Macy's and I buy a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
How much in Bitcoin am I going to get back?
You may get, I think I'd have to look up the exact percent, but I believe probably around 5% back. So well above your credit card rewards, well above your debit card rewards. These are called merchant-funded offers. So merchants are trying to incentivize you to come into their store, onto their online shop. Everyone's trying to compete with Amazon right now, and they're paying to bring customers in. I think that on the consumer side, people want to save money now more than ever. And with Bitcoin up 80% year to date, people are feeling confident in Bitcoin. And then you can also earn cash back. If you want to earn from all these places, you can earn cash back and Bitcoin now. So it's really up to you.
Well, you got into this not just because you wanted to start a business, but you wanted to give people rewards for shopping, but also educate them about Bitcoin. There are people out there who can't afford to buy a single coin for $30,000. This is their way of dipping their toe in it. What happens to the reward that they get back in Bitcoin? Where is that parked?
Yeah, so that's the beautiful thing about Lolli. It's free, it's easy, and it came out of a pain point of it was too hard to get crypto. I was trying to share it with my friends, my family, and when you have to tell someone to go take their hard-earned money and go invest it in something that they may not know anything about, it's very difficult. Lolli makes it easy. You sign up in 30 seconds on web or mobile, and you can earn at all these different places. And so, yeah, we're just trying to make it easy, more accessible for everybody to get into crypto.
You named it Lolli after the lollipops that they used to give at some banks when you walked into the branch. And it was almost an incentive, certainly, to stay with that bank. But where do you see Bitcoin going now? And would you ever consider expanding to other cryptos?
I would. I'm open to it. I'm most excited about Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin has already made a very large impact on the world. It's given people access to truly own their money, and it's also an international asset. I mean, I've been saying it for many years, but Fink, went on your show and said it beautifully. It is an international asset. 4.5 billion people with an internet connection can access it and move money anywhere in the world without any intermediaries. And 8 billion people all across the world have access to this same money. It has a set monetary policy that everyone can look at, and it's been same since it launched. And so it's this really beautiful technology, and I think it's important for everyone to understand it.
And by the way, folks, Larry Fink was not a fan of Bitcoin a couple of years ago, but he studied it, he looked at it, and iShares, which is their ETF company, has launched close to 600 ETFs. And only one has ever been rejected, and that was back in 2014, and it was some quirky thing. I looked it up, and then, of course, it's off into the ether, as we sometimes forget. Alex, good luck to you and Lolli.
Thank you so much.